those talent release forms have to be around here somewhere.
I know, I saw them here last week.
Coffee filters, graph paper, film reels, videotape, paper cups, snake, pencils.
Snake? Ah!
That was close.
How did a snake get in there?
Don't look at me. I didn't invite him.
Yoo-hoo! Oh, pardon me. You didn't by any chance see a snake slithering by?
Yes, we've got him trapped in there. Or does he have us trapped out here?
Goodness, no need for such a fuss. Just a little old grass snake, sort of company mascot. Oh, name's Gert Goodwin, owner, operator, Camp Swampy Summer Camp.
Yes, we've been expecting you. I'm Cal Harrison.
You do?
And this is my business partner, Lori Green.
You do?
Pleased to meet you.
Won't you sit down?
Ah.
Excuse me. Yes.
Now, as I wrote in my letter, I want the two of you to design a brochure advertising Camp Swampy.
Well, we've been looking at all the material you sent us on camp facilities. Boating, tenting, swimming, weather statistics. There's an awful lot of information to include in one brochure.
Cal and I both agree that the best way to present these facts and figures you've given us is through a series of graphs.
See, graphs are an excellent way to show a lot of information at a glance.
Graphs? What kind of graphs?
Well, you name it. Bar graph, line graph, dot graph, pictograph. They all tell the Camp Swampy story.
Well, I don't know.
Well, take a look at this.
You can make a graph with a bar, with a line, with a picture or a dot.
You can tell the world about Camp Swampy. Show them what you've got.
Show them what you've got. You can make it easy. Graphs make information good and clear.
You can tell at a glance with our song and dance.
Graphs are the answer here.
Good old Camp Swampy.
Tenting, boating, hiking, swimming, games, and living close to nature.
Make our minds and our bodies strong.
Give us all the information with graphs. You can't go wrong. You can make a graph with a bar, with a line, with a picture or a dot.
You can tell the world about Camp Swampy. Show them what you've got.
Show them what you've got. You can make it easy. Graphs make information good and clear.
You can tell at a glance with our song and dance.
Graphs are the answer here.
Okay, you convinced me. Now, where do we begin with these graphs?
Well, for openers, we've designed a pictograph of the tenting facilities at Camp Swampy.
Pictograph?
It uses pictures instead of bars or lines or dots. Now, here are your three different campsites. Alligator Island, Swamp Grove, and Rattlesnake Gulch. Unusual names.
Ah, those are the good spots.
I'd hate to see the bad ones. Now, each tent symbol represents 100 tents. So, Alligator Island has 100 tents. Swamp Grove has 3 tent symbols, which means it has 300 tents.
Ah, and Rattlesnake Gulch has 1 1/2 tents. That's 100 tents, and that half tent must mean 1/2 of 100. 50. 150. Rattlesnake Gulch has 150 tents, right?
Right.
Get me out of here.
Did you say something?
Being pushed around, shoved in this.
That's
bag.
Buford,
It's cold, it's dark. It's
Who's Buford?
my frog.
These days I'll move out.
Hang on there, Buford. Lunch will be a little late today.
It's always late.
If he doesn't get his ration of flies by noon, he's such a grump.
I'm the grump. Huh. Oh, I like that. Huh. I'm the grump.
This
Well, that's about
is
time.
Buford, the Camp Swampy champion leapfrog frog.
For sure, I'm the king. I'm the
So
king.
you're Buford.
Yeah, pleased to meet you.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you too. Yes,
That's what they all say.
Buford.
Yep.
This is a dot graph
Oh, boy.
showing your best jumps for 5 days last August. Now, on which day did Buford make his best jump?
Friday,
Yeah, that's right.
And how far did he jump on Tuesday?
Tuesday, 400 centimeters.
Now, let's
I'm
see
wonderful.
that championship-style jump, Buford. Jump!
Hey, watch it. What are you
Jump.
doing? Watch yourself, Liddy. No
All right,
lunchy, no
Tom.
jumpy.
Sit there, then.
That's right. You got it, lady. I got standards, you know. Hey, what are you doing? Hey. Oh. Take,
Bye-bye, Buford.
Hey, what, into the bag? No lunch? I've been conned. Get me a lawyer. No, get me some flies. I'm hungry. Maybe some mosquitoes with chocolate sauce.
To
Huh?
my way of thinking, the one thing that should be stressed in any brochure advertising Camp Swampy is our boating. That's why I sent those home movies, so you could see what it was like down there.
Well, they're all threaded up and ready to go.
Good. This is our own Alligator Lake. A beautiful spot for boating.
Are those real alligators?
Oh, yes, indeed. We find they add an aspect of adventure to boating. They also keep the kids from horsing around in the canoes.
How's that?
Nobody wants to fall in.
I'll bet. Now, over here, we've presented that information in graph form. Now, first of all, we had to decide which kind of graph to use. Bar, or line, or dot.
Since we were dealing with quantities, the number of boats available, we needed a bar graph, and here it is. Now, along here we have a list of the different boats available, and along this line a range of numbers. Each bar length represents a different number.
So we can see at a glance that Camp Swampy has 7 sailboats and 10 rubber rafts.
Now, when we get this back from the printer, it's important to double check to make sure that this graph and each graph has 3 labels. First, the title of the graph, in this case, number of boats.
And 2 more labels to show what we're comparing, as in this graph, the kinds of boats and the numbers of each kind.
Going through your information file, I noticed a line graph of the Camp Swampy profit picture for the past 5 years.
Is that what that is? My accountant sends me one of those once a year. Huh. A line graph, you say?
Well, line graphs are just the thing to show trends, highs and lows, peaks and valleys, like in business or temperatures.
Anything that's an ongoing process rather than a one-shot deal, like Buford's best jump of the day.
Now, over here, we've got an exquisite little production number, which I think will give you a better idea of what line graphs and other kinds of graphs are all about.
Huh?
Watch this.
Up and down like a yo-yo, a graph used by a business woman tells her how her investments are going, so she makes as much money as she can. Rainfall graphs help the farmer to know when to plant his fields, and in the fall another chart tells all about how much each crop yields. Charts can tell conductors how popular a concert's been. When attendance drops, he knows he's got a flop, so he'll have to change the music, have to change the music, have to change the music scene.
Once again, Center City is on the brink of disaster. One look at this graph and you'll know why. This graph shows the average daily temperature for the last 7 months. Note the steady rise in temperature month by month. In September, the average temperature hit 44 degrees Celsius. The heat wave is taking its toll. You can fry an egg on the sidewalk. Plants and people are wilting. But worst of all, the city water supply is drying up. What Center City desperately needs is a series of thunderstorms to cool things off. But surely, this is something even beyond the power of Plasticine Man. But wait! Plasticine Man is soaring skyward. He breaks apart into a series of black thunderheads. It's working! The temperature is dropping! Plasticine Man, you've done it again!
It's dark.
Very good. Very lively, Cal.
Thank you. Boy, Camp Swampy's really raking it in. Look at the profits for the years 1 through 4. They're hovering around the $100,000 mark.
Yep.
Then suddenly in year 5, they shoot up to $200,000.
Yep.
Well, how do you account for that?
Mosquitoes?
Mosquitoes?
Yes. You see, prior to year 5, we used to spray the swamp and kill off all the mosquitoes. That in itself was a very expensive undertaking. Now, we just let the little devils breed to their heart's content.
Well, how does that help business?
We charge the campers $5 for calamine lotion and $7.50 for insect repellent. When those babies start biting, the money just rolls in. We really put it to them.
This is a circle graph showing how Richie spent 1 hour at Camp Swampy. Notice that the circle is divided into 10 equal parts representing 6 minutes each. According to the graph, what activity took the longest amount of time? Swimming. How much time did Richie spend scratching? 12 minutes.
Well,
I think what we should discuss now is the cover page for the Camp Swampy brochure.
What we
all
need
right.
is something that catches your eye.
yeah?
Now, this sketch you sent along.
Ah, yes, the Camp Swampy swimming pool.
Yes. I have a small problem with the alligator sunbathing on the diving board.
You have?
Well, I'm just afraid it might turn some people off.
Really? I thought it accented the back to nature aspect of Camp Swampy.
I think what we need for the cover is an aerial photo of the camp. Something that doesn't show a lot of detail.
Like the alligators.
The rattlesnakes.
The mosquito-infested swamp.
Pools of quicksand.
The truckloads of calamine lotion.
Cases of insect
The
repellent.
quicksand bugs.
By the way, are you planning on taking your snake?
It's yours.
Recap, take 1. Rainfall graphs help the farmer to know when to plant his fields. And in the fall, another chart tells all about how much each crop yields. Charts can tell conductors how popular a concert's been. When attendance drops, he knows he's got a flock, so he'll have to change the music, have to change the music, have to change the music scene.